Good evening, bonsoir. How's it going? Whew. I know you guys are all excited and you're probably watching the J score. Jason, Alex, what is it? 1-0 for, not for us. Oh, okay, not for us. My name is Angella Goran. I'm gonna get used to this. So I am here from Ottawa. So TechTO, thank you so much for hosting me, Jason and Alex. You're recruiting me, I'm coming over. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time because I don't have a lot of time. But my background, as you guys can see, I've been very heavily competitive in sport. I'm from the West Coast originally. I moved to Ottawa 10 years ago. And based on the policy that just got released tonight, it's exciting to see because my background when I moved to Ottawa, like so many, is in government. So I worked on the Hill, and one of the major things that I did was policy research. And one of the major things that I came upon was the outlook on how much budget was going to be cut, looking at extracurricular programs for our youth. So you can see like where 2 years of research made me, let's say from my background being active in sport, where if it wasn't for the funding that went to extracurricular programs for kids, it really hit a home for me. I didn't realize that I had the entrepreneurship in me, but when I left, it discovered me. So I'm gonna move forward pretty fast. What am I chasing after? Why am I chasing it? What is my purpose? And why was I put here? These are pretty big questions to ask. Sokjok Incorporated and Champion a Campaign. 2009, I started my first startup. It is a social enterprise. And with that, just within the last year, we've launched our non-for-profit Champion a Campaign. Now, I'm gonna go really fast through this and I'm gonna introduce you to, there's our little Sokjok, Socks for Purpose. The next startup, which just started in the last 2 weeks, but it's taken 2 years to develop, called Global Sports Insurance and Athletica Protect. We're the first SaaS-based innovative software to hit North America. You guys are the first ones to hear about it. I soft launched it last week at Techtoberfest, so I'm really proud to announce it here. And I'm gonna tell you what connects socks and insurance. Probably asking that question really quickly. How many of you guys have bought chocolate almonds or Girl Guide cookies or Scholastic books? Put up a hand. How many of you not bought something to support a cause? All right. So that's exactly where we are with our software that we've created called Marzar. It's the back engine to socks for a purpose, and as well, a sports insurance company. This is Michael Sampson here on the left. He is a multi-sport athletic participant that goes to many Spartan races, Tough Mudders. And what he's been able to do with our software is he's been able to integrate his social media, Snapchat, who was talking about that, fix the guys. So anything that social media, he can bring over, he can connect to his peers, he can share the events, the races he's going to, and better yet, all the different causes. So all these wonderful things, you go to sporting events like the Scotiabank Marathon that was this weekend. I've got a little bit of a hobble because I did the half. You can actually raise awareness through your cause. Now, the best part is he's got the Athletica Gold membership. So what we've been able to do that's innovative behind our insurance product line is the fact that it's the new age CAA membership card for anybody that loves to do participation in sport, no matter where they're from or where they're going. So that's exactly what Michael's got. He's got the ability now to protect himself, his gear, his bike, where he travels, and it doesn't matter when and for how long, so it's on demand as well. The neat thing is where that connects to in socks. So I'm gonna bring you back to that. Two companies, very different, same back end, Marzar software. I know it's kind of confusing because I got like a minute and 42 seconds to talk about this. So Champion a Campaign, support youth, inspire leaders, entrepreneurs, extracurriculars. So that was my why when I left government, wanted to support youth, give back to causes, which is something so dear. So I'm gonna take you quickly through one of our major national campaigns to give you an idea of how the software works from the front end to the back end. So Good Life Fitness, some of you members. Good Life Kids Foundation, run by Silken Lawman, background, she was in rowing, so similar to myself as an elite athlete. Reached out to her and said, I really wanna do something with the Good Life Kids Foundation. Through SOX, through your athletic affiliate loyalty membership program, we can embed our product and our software and quickly raise funding through what people put on their feet when they go into the gyms. She's like, I love it. So click on Spin for Kids, because I'm an active cyclist. That's what I do now. That was my second professional sport. And you move forward to Spin for Kids. So this is our platform. This is the Marzar that you're seeing here. Spin for Kids is on the top. Below, you could do a search engine to all the Good Life fitness clubs right across Canada on the ones that are hosting the Spin for Kids. I work out at Lansdowne because I'm from Ottawa. So there you go, there's Lansdowne Park. Mary Mills, she is the team coordinator there. And if I myself, Angella Goran, you can see Angela's Angels on the top. Woohoo. So right away, if I wasn't already a member, I could go and I could ask Mary Mills, how do I sign up? How do I get my team incorporated? And then this is where it gets really cool. This is my page. And guess what's at the bottom? My socks. Sokjok. Now this could be any company, this could be any service. What we've been able to do is connect companies like never before with corporate companies around cause giving. There's data extrapolation, there's a pull from that. So Athletica Protect works the same way, the global sports insurance with Michael Sampson that I showed you. So here you go, you got your 1 pair, 3 pair, 6 pairs. The nice thing is there's a give back, there's a purpose. So there's a choice there, and then also people can just directly donate to the cause or the campaign. So to wrap up my 5 minutes for you guys is the why. I wanted to come here tonight to actually show you a little bit about where I started my companies, but more so why I started them. My background, as I said, was as an athlete, came from the West Coast, did my university at the University of Victoria, and moved to Ottawa, beautiful place of government. Lasted there 2 years, and I think at the last thing I ever thought I would be is standing up in front of you 8 years later, as I learned from LinkedIn last week that I started my first business. And I started it with a why. I started it because I saw that our programs in schools were going to be cut, and I didn't want to see that. And the answer was the funding needed to be there, and how was I going to do that? So I'm really excited and proud to say that 8 years it's taken to develop a software that now back engines 2 companies that I founded. And we've got teams, we've got our national programs in schools, SOCs in the schools, and Global Sports Insurance is now taking off as the first innovative SaaS on-demand insurance product. But this is what I want to leave you with, seeing that I'm the last presenter for the evening, is search inside yourself. This is something that my grandma, who passed away 2 years ago, told me, and my mom's in the audience tonight. She's heard this before. So she told me on the night of my graduation in 2004, which was the same year that I was also training on the National Olympic team for rowing, but I didn't make it. But she gave me good motivation in saying, look at your life and have that opportunity. So here you go, sitting on a rocking chair on your porch, you can feel the spring breeze gently brushing against your face. You are blissful and happy and are pleased with the wonderful life you've been blessed with. Looking back at your life and all that you've achieved and acquired, all the relationships you've developed, what matters to you most? Where did you spend most of your time? How did you live? And I think all the presenters tonight, Neil, you could probably speak to this too, right? That's what I want to leave each and every one of you. It doesn't matter if you work for a corporation or whether you work for yourself. Each and every day we are living. And until you're no longer doing that, you should really find exactly, are you doing what makes you happy? And I'm proud to say that I'm doing absolutely everything that I love. Thank you so much, TechTO, for hosting me this evening. I look forward to hearing any of your questions. Merci. There's my thank you.
When I met you, you were talking about Sokjoks all the time, and I think the insurance was a new idea. I understand we talked a lot about why Sokjoks, why you started that, why insurance, why sports insurance.
Oh, okay, that's a great question. So socks to insurance, to just give you a little bit of a quick synopsis. So in 2013, I had the opportunity to cycle across Canada for youth. It was in partnership with the Canadian Wildlife Federation and Parks Canada. I started in Victoria, British Columbia in August, and I finished pretty much around this date. It was Halloween that I got to Halifax. And one of my major sponsors was also Sports Stats. And they do all the major events all over the world. So the timing that was just done for the Scotiabank Marathon, any of those mats, any of you guys run the marathon this weekend or the half? I'm the only hobbler that did it. Anyways, so they do all the timing, and it's fantastic because they're all data extrapolation. So to answer your question, when I biked across Canada, I realized from hearing all the stories around campfires, but more so from people in the communities of losses of people being hit on their bike to work, losing a friend, or that wonderful thing of, hey, I've gone on a ski trip down to the States and somehow the skis fell off my car, we lost a pair. All of these stories started to come in. And I just realized that the challenge that the insurance tech industry has had is that they haven't been able to discover a way of how to get it outside of the borders of province by province in Canada or within the states, the different states. So it was, how do we create something that's seamless? And that is the next wave. We're going to see it in the automobile industry. We're going to see it in the sports industry. You're going to see it in the housing industry. So it's nice to be on that cutting edge. Definitely, Techtoberfest last week was a great succession. But that's where SOX led to the insurance, was a bike ride. It connected, and it happened that Johnson Insurance was a major sponsor. So I had a great Canadian-based insurance company to actually help with some R&D. So it started with an idea out of something that I saw a need for. Last question?
What are the toughest challenges you're facing with this new platform?
What are the toughest challenges one's facing with the new platform, with the software? Or just the overall? Scalability to growth. I'd have to say, being an Ottawa-based startup versus a tech or a Toronto-based startup, what I've noticed with my travels from going to the Silicon Valley last year and spending 2 months, somebody was talking earlier on about the States versus being here. I think Neil was. You go in there and everybody's just wanting to help you. Like, it's just like automatic. Like, how do we get you involved? Where can we throw you? Toronto, same thing. Ottawa's growing in our bubble. Since I started in 2009, I've seen a huge growth sector there, especially in the tech. And I'm wanting to bring more of Ottawa to Toronto. I spend one time a month, a solid week in Toronto. So I call this a home. I stay in the beaches. I have a great mentor. But I think the challenge that I'm having with with right now the whole overall platform is not necessarily the networks, but it's raising capital, it's raising sales, and actually drawing the market space. My biggest challenge is, it's like that question of, hey, you could be a tree and it falls in the middle of a forest, but if nobody's there to hear it, right? So I got this great idea. I've got this lead at InsurTech. I walk into a room and it's empty. Does it really matter? Does it sell? And I think that's the biggest challenge when a company I'm competing with that's launching in the US right now, they raised 26 million like this in Australia. And I'm trying to go out and people kind of look at me and go, InsurTech, what is it? Right? So if anybody wants to help me out, I'm looking. There you go. Thank you very much, you guys.